Welcome everyone to Center of Light. Hello, Jennifer Ledbetter. It's good to see you, beautiful lady. Yes, I know the sound was off. And coincidentally, tonight we're speaking about Center of Light dreams. Awake. I ain't awake today. Hello, Bella Dream Shade. You and your goats. I love it. Keith Anthony Blanchard here. Yanava. Ya. Heart, God, will. Power, passion, fire. Na. The mind when it's clear mind, no obstruction. The light of God can move through effortlessly and easily. And Va, the backbone, to carry out your wishes. And that's what tonight is exactly about. You living and carrying out your own desires, your own wishes, your own fires. What does it require, inspire? A desire like you've never known. And
access granted.
Everyone has access. That's the magic.
Go where no man has gone before.
Do you want what you want? How bad do you want it? That's the question. Is the sound better? Can everyone hear me now? Can you hear me now? Let me tap my mic. Tap, 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 tap. Yeah, we're good. So tonight is Center of Light Dreams. Ironically, you have to be awake to realize your dreams. You have to be awake to realize your dreams. The truth is always in paradox. Let me look at a couple of bullet points I have real quick. We're going to continue. We're going to move forward and we'll get in there and make a sandwich. Heed this warning. My spidey senses, your senses are firing off. It's obviously, you know the same, or do you? It's getting crazy out there. It's getting crazy out there. It looks pretty still. It looks pretty calm as you shuffle about with your mask on. I went to get some food today. Mask required. So I bit the bullet. I'm not trivializing anyone's family member or loved one who may have gotten sick about whatever it is that's causing people to be sick. I'm not. In fact, I support them with all my love. Something is not right. So I put the mask on. I walk into the place to get my food. And I'm standing there waiting for my order, and there was a chair right behind me. I didn't have to move. All I had to do was squat, and I sat in the chair. And the lady behind the counter said, "You cannot sit down." I said, "So if I make my back straight up and down, that's okay. But if I make my back and my legs kind of curled, that's not okay." She goes, "That's correct, sir." I said, it's getting crazy out there, and it's going to come harder, and it's going to require everyone to be in a balanced state. If you don't, you will become fear-filled, and full of worry. But don't worry. Many teachers are here. Many beings of light are here to help you through whatever you may be going through. But you have to want it. Tonight is Center of Light Dreams. Ironically, the title tonight is Awake. You have to be awake to realize your dreams. I'm still waking up myself. Let's see who's here. I like acknowledging beautiful, sexy human souls. My sister, C. Megan Michael says, "Hi, Keith." Hello, beautiful. Kelly Bauman. Kelly, I've been watching you, and always. Thank you for sharing, but I've been watching you and always. What's up, Link Up? Bella Dream Shade. Jennifer Ledbetter. Sun Hugs. Hello, Sun. Tony Meharry, Karen Cox. Let's see who's here in this capacity. I'm going to refresh. Hang on. Rob Coolidge. Everyone say hello to my brother, Mr. Rob Cooley. He inspired this presentation tonight. A long overdue presentation. Rob, thank you. So everyone tonight is Center of Light Dreams. Everyone has dreams. We all have dreams. I still have dreams. I've had dreams many years ago, and they're coming into a beautiful, blown out space of fruition. And my brother Rob today simply said, how do I do that? See, that's the first part of the scenario. In fact, how do I do that is an honest question, which is 50% of the journey. It's 500 years towards the 1,000-year journey. And it starts with the first step. And the first step is 500 years. Because without that step, without such a question, nothing, absolutely nothing, no thing happens. That would be a true statement, no matter who you are. Tonight is Center of Light Dreams Awake. I recently did a presentation, an interview for my new book coming out soon, August 1st, Homecoming, Crossing the Bridge to the Soul, on the Kevin Moore Show. You can pre-order this book now. Homecoming, Crossing the Bridge to the Soul, Keith Anthony Blanchard, on Amazon.com. Living in the human condition, not being able to do what you love, and life feels pretty grim and dark. You might get glimpses of the light. You may do this or that and step out without a mask. But the mask is self-induced. When you start crossing that bridge to the soul, things get really powerful really quick. So tonight is not any different. Tonight is this question from Kevin Daniel Moore Show. I recently did in support of my new release. And he asked me this powerful question that no one has ever asked me. I love it. He was being raw. He's being organic. He's being honest. What's up, Pat Devlin? Let's see who's here in this way as we move forth. Kevin Moore asked me this question. He said, Keith, I love his honesty. He said, do you always dress this way? And I said, I love your honesty. No, I don't. This is what tonight is actually about. Not Keith's dress, but Keith's dress. Because it's how you dress yourself. And it's how you take what I am addressing. He asked me the question, do you dress like this all the time? I said, no, I don't. As soon as I'm done with you, all this stuff comes off. And I said, I wear this because when I go play music, I don't wear the same garb, the same bling bling, the same clothes, the same costume. I don't play the same role. Right now I'm playing a role. Hello, Donna Bell. Hello, Sue Lindsay. I'm playing the role of Yanava, the spiritual teacher. Put a bass guitar in my hand, I dress differently. I play the bass guitar as Keith Blanchard. So life is about being able to manipulate, manifest yourself in different roles. Is it not? You may have a 9-to-5 job as a whatever, and you're really good at it. And you're playing that role to the hilt. Is it bringing you what you were built for? And then you go back to doing this thing, the husband or the wife, and you play that role. And you're really good at it. But why isn't, think about this, why isn't the things we want the most are so hard to get? You don't care if you have a sofa, do you? Really, you don't. But you got one. You really don't care if you have a this or that, but you got one. But those things that you want can be challenging, are they not? Hello, Sonny. Rob said, that's super true right there. Yeah, of course, if you don't have a sofa, then you really realize I need a sofa. But I'm speaking about the energy and the component it has when you think about certain things. I don't care if I have these things, and you already have them. And the things you really, really seriously want to engage and care about and get all nasty with, it's tough. No, it's not. You believe it's tough because the same things that were instilled in me are instilled in you. I've just graduated to another level. And I am here pro bono. I'm Sonny, share bono. This Sonny is going to share with you a pro bono. Yoko Ono, John Lennon, get yourself spinning. What do you want? This is actually somewhat geared to well, it's definitely geared to everyone. But the artists out there, you're a musician, you're an artist, you're a poet, a philosopher, but I can't make a living out of that. You're right. Until you change your mind, change your heart, change yourself. The question simply becomes, do you want that? And if you already started to answer, you've missed it. Do you want to be blissful? If you engage with an idea of yes, you've already missed it. So the question becomes that I pose to you, do you actually first and foremost understand what bliss is to ever say yes to it so you can actually ever acquire it? If you don't know what bliss really is, you have to first start with understanding and getting some inkling and feeling capacity about you of what bliss is before you can ever answer the question honestly and therefore become it. So when I ask you, do you want to be blissful? Sit in silence. Don't answer the question. Do you want to be blissful? Pause. Let that question reverberate in your being. Do I want to be blissful? Sit still. Because the monkey immediately wants to start talking and tell you, yes, you do, and this is how you do it, this is how you do it, this is how you do it. And you will never get there because the clear mind you had just achieved has become clouded and shrouded with the monkey's nonsense. So the question is, do you want to do what you love to bring you further into a state of bliss? Just sit there. Hear the silence. Hear the powerful silence. Do you want that? I wear this garb because this is a role I'm playing. Other roles I'm not so good at. When it comes to fixing cars, I can change the oil, put gas in it, fill up a flat tire, and start it and drive it. Other than that, I'm done. I can't do it. I can, I'm just not interested. So likewise, for the people who are interested in living their bliss, if they don't do it fullest to the hilt, they're simply not interested. I'm interested in using what I've always known to do whatever I can to further me along this path. But the question becomes, how is it working for you? Insanity has a powerful hold over all of us, doing the same thing, expecting something different. You have to break through the boundaries to say, I don't know anything, to fall into a space of knowing, because that's what I don't know anything is. I don't know is the potential to all knowing. I know everything and it clouds and shrouds the mind. I know everything because I know everything and it clouds and shrouds the mind. I don't know anything looks like that. You understand? Do you simply understand? It's not hard, is it? Tonight is Center of Light Dreams. Ironically, tonight is Center of Light title, Awake. You have to be awake to fulfill and realize your dreams. And my presentation tonight's aim is to get you back in the game of your divine birthright, your power, your light, your joy, your might, out of fright, flight, and spite. Hello, Callan Renando. Hello, Wendy. Do you want it? Hello, Tina. Do you want it? Simply, do you want it? When your answer becomes, I am willing to do whatever it takes, in that stillness, that should be the one that crops up. Do you want bliss? The only answer that should surface is, I am willing to do whatever it takes. Without exception. Do you mean I actually have to? Yes, I do. Whatever is your greatest fear component about what you think it is you have to do to be blissful, that is perfectly designed exactly for you to move through the illusion of what boogers and or bothers you about that sad thing that you think you don't want to do to get to the thing that you really want to do. Hello, you. How do you like yourself now? Do you love yourself? Do you feel that you deserve joy? Joy is evidence of the presence of God. Is it not? Where else will you find it? I'm going to say something shortly, something very abrupt. I've been doing a lot of UFO interviews. Definitely not going to point the finger. And these people in these communities are dark. It's not a judgment, it's a fact. They're playing along with the dark agenda, and they want to know dark information. That's not me. Don't listen to the hype about the UFO community. I'm not saying it's not real. Oh, it's definitely real. It's not only real, it's a reality. But they're leaning into the dark stuff. Don't dabble in that field. If you like it for entertainment, it's a hobby of yours, just to kind of be a conspiracy theorist, that's cool. Just be conscious. Understand the game you're playing. Take a short pause tonight. We're going to be speaking about center of light dreams. Awake. You have to be awake to realize your dreams. Otherwise, you're still sleeping to your dreams. I quit high school. Failed typing twice. Failed English 4 times as to why I quit high school. Figure that. Do you have the fire? Do you have the nuts? The tits? The cojones? Whatever it takes. Do you have that? And until you have that, in the form of fire that lives in you, desire, which is your birthright, to have exactly what you want, you will never get anything. Rob, my brother, who inspired this presentation, everyone please say hello to Rob. He asked the question, what you mean by understanding the game you're playing? That applies to all of us, brother. We're all playing the game of life. Not everyone is being or becoming Milton Bradley, the game creator. We're all playing the game. You're playing your game, I'm playing my game, we're playing our games. Some of them, we advance, pass, go, and we all collect $200. You got your stimulus check. And some of them, the games that we're playing, we're not doing so well. It's all the same game, and the levels that we are really good at in the game, why are we not applying the same principles across the board? And I don't mean across the board as in across the board, but I mean across the board game. It's the same game. So the things that we are really good at, it's the same leverage. It's the same principles. It's the same truth. It's the same reality. It's the same application. So find what you're really good at and that feeling that fires your engine and apply that in the arena where you're not seeing the abundance of that what is actually the reason you are born. Dear Lord, you know that. You didn't need me to tell you that. I just reminded you of it. You know, do you not? Argue with me, please. You absolutely know from soul to bones the reason you were born is to do that thing that you love. And for those who are not doing that thing that they love because they don't know how, you're defying the entire structure. Not on purpose, but just you're not willing, if you are not willing, or if you just simply don't know how. the law, the divine spiritual physics, law of physics law. Hello, David Murray Raper. Thank you, Carolyn. She says hi to my brother, Rob. Rob, thank you for this inspiring show topic tonight, presentation topic. Thank you. So we're going to be right back. We're going to get into the thick of it. I'm going to play a video I made about last year. Oh, no. Some years ago, about how to manifest your life. Rob, for you. Everyone, for you. This is for me as well. But I'm also going to read some from my new book, 30 Years. Talk about walking step by step for 1,000 years. I did it. I'm doing it. Are you doing it? I hope to God so, for your sake, for Bliss and Joy's sake. Make no mistake, it belongs to each and every one of us. But I'm also going to read some things in alignment with tonight's presentation about manifesting your life. And when I say from beings, illumined beings, I mean truly God that has walked upon this earth more times than we can even imagine. Not just Jesus, not just Buddha, not just Krishna. You, me, we, divine beings like this man right here on the earth today. I'm going to be reading this level of high vibrational information. For those out there who are musicians, check this out. Say you want to play a B note. B. I'm a being. I'm going to sit in a space of being. I will be. I am that I am. In order to achieve a perfect B note, a state of being, you can't play a B flat. Because from the B, you're flat. You're not reaching the pinnacle nor the goal of what it is you want. So for the musicians out there, you have to be in vibrational harmony with that which you want to become. The B, the being. Not the B flat-ing, the being. Makes sense to you, doesn't it? To any one of us. You want to be a policeman, you don't go to fireman school. You go to police academy. You want to do this, you follow those who are doing that, and you be just like them. Everything is energy. It can neither be created nor destroyed. You are energy. You were never created. Never created. That's an illusion. It's a metaphor that paints the idea of the linear timeline that what you know or think is you has been created, this corporeal meat suit, identity, personality, self. But you were never created. You are infinite. Nor can you ever be destroyed. You will live forever. Hello, Paul Crum. Did you hear that? How did that taste on your palate? How did that feel moving around in your heart? Energy can never be created nor destroyed. You are energy. You can never be created. You were never created. God didn't create you. Nor can you never be destroyed. Nor will God ever destroy you. God destroying you is destroying a part of himself. It's impossible. The whole universe would collapse. You were not created in the sense that you think of you are. But you are not created. You always have been. So since you're living between the Alpha and the Omega, presently, beyond this present moment that we hope to get to presently, is in the eternal moment, all there is now. And there you sit. And now that you sit there, I'm going to be right back and continue this presentation tonight, which is Center of Light, Dreams. We all have dreams. Ironically, we have to be awake to realize those dreams. By my spiritual band, Lavender Soul, comprised of Memphis Symphony Orchestra members. We all have a choice to make. Now it's time to make your choice.
Remember that all things are possible. You must choose to be accountable, responsible, enough to believe, and open your heart to receive.
this way and not the way you planned. It's about what you know and what you understand. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Learn to follow that inner voice inside. That's the one that's telling you not to run and hide. See what your life could be when you visualize. It's about what you choose. That's your real life. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Now it's time for you to plan out your life. Seeing what you do by your own design. It's all up to you to make it what you can. It's of your own free will. What don't you understand? Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Make a choice.
Welcome back to Center of Light, all you sexy human creatures. You have to see yourself this way. Sexy human creature. Divine human being. If you want to play a B note, you can't play a B flat and expect it to sound like a B note. Be with me as I note a presentation I created a few years ago. It's about 4 minutes long. It's got all kinds of bells and whistles. It's really cool. It's about how to manifest your dreams. But you have to be awake and open to it for the grace of the Spirit to ever put it in your consciousness, in your lap, in your conscious frame of reference, in your heart, so that you can be that beautiful being that you came here to be by divine design and divine contract. Are you expanding or are you contracting is the question. Check out this powerful little movie about how to be a deliberate creator, to create that which you deserve. It's called Let's Get to Manifesting. Dear Lord. Hello everyone, Keith Anthony Blanchard here, spiritual teacher, best-selling author, and radio show host of Center of Light Radio, which broadcasts every Monday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you can find that show at centeroflightradio.com. I've been having lots of response, overwhelming response at that, of these Burst of Light installments. I really enjoy doing them. I love empowering people with the tools they need so they can create their best life. That's my gig. You can call me the Passion Guru. I love giving the tools of empowerment to you. That gift was given to me by someone many, many years ago, and I love paying it forward. Today, I want to talk to you about manifesting, the art of manifesting your life. It is an art. We manifest our lives all the time, whether we know that we do it deliberately or not, consciously or not. Our life, as I said before, is an ongoing, never-ending prayer. And what we ask for, consciously or not, we get. So, even though we manifest our lives by default, wouldn't you agree that we might as well get with the conscious, deliberate program of manifesting so we can have exactly what we want? I did talk to you in a past installment about how asking for nothing, wanting nothing, and letting go brings all that which you want into your life. But also there's the active part of that, which is doing your part to consciously create deliberately. How do you do that? The first and foremost principle I would like to offer to you, and I'm sure many of you spiritualists out there understand that everything is connected. You've heard in the spiritual movement, we are one, we are all one. It doesn't mean exactly that you are always one with people, but it also means that you're one with everything. That chair, that car, that person as well. But every aspect of the outer world, it's just a reflection of your inner self. As they say in the movie, The Matrix, there is no spoon. This is the absolute truth of it. There is no spoon. There is no chair. There is no job. There is no partner. There is no money. It's all you. It's all about you. And so the nuts and bolts of it is to take the idea from here. It's to take the idea that you're connected to every here and bring it here, all one, and really begin to explore and play with this energy. And as you begin to manipulate yourself in this way, you will learn, you will refine the process, and your outward manifestations, or the lack thereof, will be the sounding board for you to test, to judge how you are doing in the process of developing your manifesting muscles. When I want to create something in my life, I use passion, I use sincerity, I use fire, I use one-pointed focus. I have also learned to remove myself of the belief that, am I really going to get this? It is a fact. And it's more of a learning curve that I have to go through for each particular thing or idea that I want to manifest in my life. But the idea is to become the very thing that you are wanting to show up in your experience. For example, let's just use a car. Hot rod. Nice red Ferrari. This is something you want. Yeah, but that's really out of my league. It's a little expensive. Just keep in mind, this might be the perfect analogy for you because you believe it's out of your league and it's very expensive. And the upkeep and the maintenance would be up there in the dollar figures. But this is all belief inside of one person's head. So how do I get this Ferrari, Mr. Keith Blanchard? Well, I'm still working on that myself. But I can tell you that this manifesting technique has worked wonders in my life. For example, the Ferrari. If you want this car, you have to make it real within yourself. It's not about the money. What you really want is not the car. What you really want is the feeling that the red Ferrari will bring you. So what I suggest you do is go down to the car dealership who has such automobiles on their lot. Look at one, admire it, touch it, appreciate it. Sit in the seat. Ask if you can test drive the car. Do this once a week, once a month. Make the experience real. Feel the car. Feel the steering wheel in your hand. Feel the engine as it purrs under you. You have to make this tangible within yourself and be excited about it, because it's that level of excitement that will bring about the car into your experience. But yeah, Keith, where will I get the money? It's not about the money. That is not your job. Your job is not the knowing how. The job is firing up your own Ferrari here, your own automobile, your own fire, your own spiritual Ferrari engine. Who knows? You may help someone one day who happens to be a multi-gazillionaire. And through your helping, the car may be gifted to you. Now, you can use this technique in any area of your life. You want a particular relationship in your life. Be that particular relationship. And by law, it will manifest in your life. How does it go in the movie? I think it's The Secret. This lady was talking about the idea, I'm going to paraphrase this, of course, that she wanted a mate. And she realized that she kept sleeping in the middle of the bed, not realizing that she's taking up the whole bed, hogging the whole bed, and couldn't see how she was not leaving room in her life for a mate to show up and occupy one particular side of the bed. And she was doing the same thing, parking her car in her 2-car garage, right in the middle, so another car couldn't fit. Another person could not fit in her life. When this dawned upon her of what she was doing and metaphorically saying to the universe, she began to park a car on one side of the garage, leaving room for someone else to park their car in her spiritual garage. But also, at the same time, she began to sleep on her favorite side of the bed, leaving room for that same particular person to show up in her life. And as I said before in another Burst of Light installment, it's about making yourself available, making yourself open. You have to have an emptiness about you for that which you want to call into your life to show up. And then again, the principle applies. Realize that you are not separate from that which you want to bring into your experience. Well, yeah, Keith, I know. It goes way beyond that. In fact, it's a lot more subtler. It's easier than it is difficult. Relax into that experience. Believe in yourself. Believe in the power. The power that lives in your heart is the power that creates worlds and universes. So a simple red Ferrari should be easy, right? Well, it is. I leave this with you. Get to working on manifesting your dreams. Keith Anthony Blanchard here. Again, you can find me at keithanthonyblanchard.com or centeroflightradio.com. I look forward to seeing you on my shows on Monday. I have great guests, scientists, doctors, people who have walked their talk and are ready and willing to empower you with the wisdom and knowledge that they have gleaned through their life experience. Peace, love, and light to you. Chat with you soon. And always remember, ease into bliss. Have a phenomenal day. Welcome back to Center of Light. This is what you want to become. It is clear. What I'm about to read you is going to blow your freaking mind. Because when the love and light and power of passion of God begins to move through a clear mind, you get what you want. You always get what you want, even the things that you claim you don't want. Conscious or unconscious, everything you exude, that B note, the chord B on the guitar, you will never hear the beauty of a B as long as you're playing B flat. As long as you're being B flat. C note. Do you understand? It's not hard. God is a freaking wizard. God is a wizard. You or the wizard. When you tap into the actual wizardry as an aspirant of police department, fire department, culinary chef, spiritualist, you become it. There is no other way. There is absolutely no other way, not only to reach the apex of all creation, which is where your bliss and your absolute joy is, there is no other way to God, where your absolute joy, bliss is. Argue with me, please. I don't mean that arrogantly. I mean that very confidently. If there is a source in creation that all goodness, abundance, this and that comes from, you have to go to that very supermarket to purchase it. You can't go across town to some other place that only has the goods on this particular thing. You can't do it. Try it. If Kroger does not have your butter beans that you want, and you keep going to save a lot, you're never going to get it. Do you want what you want? How bad do you want it? Or are you willing to drive across town to take the 1,000-year journey, the 500 steps, which is the choice to do that, so you've already shaved 500 miles off of your experience? What do you want? Becomes easy, doesn't it? It helps you to see how much you've been fighting your destiny. God is a wizard. You have to become the wizard yourself to ever understand such wizardry. Before you can understand the majesty, you have to understand the puny little self. There is no other way. Let's keep moving forward. For those who are in this presentation now, or will come across this presentation in the future, this is a very important, powerful question for anyone. You ready? So what is that question? And why are you leaving me hanging? Exactly. So let's hang a little more. Do you want what you want? When it comes to us stepping onto new territory, it can be awkward. It is awkward. That's the whole point of it. It's to trip you off your feet. And that's exactly what happens, does it not? Only for us to find our balance yet again and expand. Trip us off our feet, only to find our balance yet again and expand. And we spiritually grow. Grow, expand. So if you're in this presentation now or in the future, I challenge you. Remember back in the first Facebook days when the first challenge came along, the ice water challenge? I'm spiritually, metaphorically ice water challenging you right now. If you're used to the commonplace, same old, insanity, that using the same principles are getting you nowhere. If you have an interest in shifting to a new idea, it sounds like a sales pitch. Doesn't matter to me what it sounds like to you. It's what you do with it. I'm already invested. Are you? If you're worried what people think about the new you, you have a lot of work to do. So why do I bring this up? Because changing our posture into a new idea, a new space where grace can fill this place and kiss us all over our beautiful face, you have to express yourself through passion. I'm so sincere about this. Sincerity, which is I am willing to eat dog shit, if that's what it requires. Humility, which is I am grateful for that dog shit. Vulnerability is everyone, please come get some of my dog shit, my horse shit, everything that makes me exposed, naked, and or nude, because this dude is ready to fall into the purifying fires of forever. Something happens. And that something belongs to all of us. You have to not worry what people think. So I dare any of you who come across this new path to be willing to eat that dog poop and post this on your wall. It's not about me, it's about you. You feel that restraint? What is that? That very restraint right there is keeping you in restraint as you restrain yourself from expressing the new possible beautiful you. See, it's deeper than you thought. This path is not for anyone who worries what people think. You have to become the black sheep. Bah! The outcast. The moron. The fool. The crazy. The lunatic. And when you do, when you cross that river, you will see that there are others there joining you. And you're not so crazy after all. What do you want? Now we're going to get into the segment of me reading. Let me first acknowledge everyone. Hello, Debbie Grasberger Schmole. Rhonda Little says, talking to me was getting that look walking through terrace and local area and neighborhood covered. I appreciate your shorthand. I just don't know where to go with that, but I love you. Debbie says, been that my entire life this time. Good. Not, now you understand why I didn't get it. Hello, Trudy. Carolyn says, good work. I love me some Carolyn. What's up, James Church? Rob Cooley says, I'm definitely on my own because I no longer care what others think. I love the new me and embracing it. I'm going to give you a Facebook care emoto. That's worthy of it, bro. Because what people care about restrains us, does it not? That's a wonderful thing used in that way, but in the regard that I'm speaking about, it's being on guard. On guard. Aye, matey. Stab. It's very much like that. So let's continue forth. This path is not for you if you worry what people think. I didn't. I really did not go through what people think. But I somewhat went through. I wonder what they're saying. I'm not trying to split hairs. I'm just trying to use this contrast to let you know my process. And I processed it. And I didn't care about either. Still don't. I care, but I don't care. All right, from Divine Masters such as Swamji right here, about tonight's presentation, which is Center of Light Dreams. Having your dreams, how do you realize those dreams? Ironically, you have to be awake to realize your dreams. Likewise, when you slept last night and you had a dream, you had to awaken in the morning to go, oh my gosh, I had a dream, and now it's becoming realized because in my waking state of consciousness, at least what we call consciousness and waking state, this world that we live in, you get to reflect and become the embodiment and the processor of that thing that you reflected upon. Do you not? Argue with me. Kelly says, have felt that I've never fit out of place, misfit, but being me. Right. Rob says truth. All right, let me read you some of these. Divine beings on earth, God on earth today. I did say that correctly. I didn't stammer, nor did I stutter. You are God on earth today, so you didn't hear me stammer or stutter. Before I do that, this is not a cliffhanger. Before I do that, I want to read you the definition of the word bliss. Joy, doing what you love. As I mentioned earlier, we can never move into that space if we don't have an honest, true understanding of being able to look at what the word fully means from soul to bones. I want to provide that to you so that we can move onto greater ground, to have greater footing, to achieve the goals and or pinnacle of what we all want. The definition of bliss: perfect happiness, great joy. Joy is evidence of the presence of God. Similar joy, pleasure, delight, happiness. This is not playing the B flat note. This is playing the B note, being the B note, not the B flat, hoping to get a B result. Pleasure, delight, happiness, gladness, ecstasy, elation, rapture, euphoria, heaven, paradise, seventh heaven, cloud nine, utopia, Eden, the top of the world, and the opposite of that is misery. The verb of bliss, informal, reach a state of perfect happiness, typically so as to be oblivious of anything else. That's the fire I'm speaking about, that passion, that spiritual Ferrari engine you rev up, as to be oblivious to anything else, to reach a state of perfect happiness, typically so as to be oblivious of everything or anything else. From Sadhguru. Sadhguru means earthly saint on the earth today. The less rigid your personality, I want to be a this, I want to be a that, well then be it. Don't try to do that. I want to be a this, expecting to do a something to get to being that. That's not the way. The less rigid you are, the more powerful your presence. What is that presence? That presence is, as Debbie said, the I am that I am. It's present with you. So much so it engulfs you, it becomes you. It's you being your 10,000 sun effulgent self. And in so doing, you become one with the Christ. You are the Christ. You have to want to become it. Again, from Sadhguru. One who has a longing to grow has to ensure to be receptive to the grace. I want to be a full-time musician. I want to be a full-time teacher. I want to be a full-time artist or culinary chef. You have to learn the step towards 1,000 years so that you can arrive. Hence my new book, 30 Years of My Life Compressed, Homecoming, Crossing the Bridge to the Soul. You have to begin the infinite walk. And eventually, when you finally get there after an eternity, all of your divine struggles will be forgotten. You have to be receptive to the grace. Most people don't realize how much passion, that fire, most people don't realize how much passion they put into what they don't want. When you speak to a friend and you tell them about an awful situation, you are putting passion into what you don't want. When you act to an event negatively with the response that is terrible, you are putting passion into what you don't want. You are a beautiful, passionate being, not a B-flat-ing. You are a beautiful, passionate being. So make sure you direct your passion wisely. There is no disguisely in that. You can't argue with that. If you want to be a rock star, when you go play music, you wear the garb and the clothing of being a rock star. When you want to be a spiritual teacher, you wear the garb of being in the role of spiritual teacher. So you can feel that you are truly, honestly, sincerely, and to the hilt playing not only the part, but your part of the whole. The divine impregnated with everything in the nothingness whole. It requires you to be whole to find the joy which is you wholly. Hence the word holy. Holy, W-H-O-L-L-Y. Holy, but also holy. It happens in a holy instant, in the present moment. The trick is to live in the holy instant present moment all the time. So when you're in the holy instant all the time, there gets to a point where there is no more time because you're in the holy instant, which is eternal. Then you get everything you want, provided you are conscious. You can't just debate that. These truths are non-debatable. You can throw up scripture, you can throw up and regurgitate anything that does not go go with this dialogue of this type of spiritual vibrational wisdom. It goes nowhere, because you will always see yourself sliding up against the divine mirror downward. As you hit it so hard, you just slide downward, and you go into a space of not understanding anything by fighting your own reflection. You have to use inspection and create an erection in you that says, I am a child of the living light. What is impossible for me? Nothing. That's the fire. That's the higher. That is turning things to inspire, that you may acquire your full desire of everything you think you are worthy of achieving. Are you believing what I'm telling you? Most people's quandary, fight, failure happens in not believing they simply deserve it. Chew on that stick of spiritual dynamite gum for a little while and see where you lie in that equation. I deserve what I desire. Do you really? Take that into the rabbit hole. See what speaks to you otherwise. If you are clear, my dear, God bless you. Give me some of your pie. I bet it tastes divinely. You have to deserve it. Serve, deserve, deserve. Or you're in a space of service. Do you feel that you deserve it? If you're not in a space of service, then you're probably not. Salt in the wound. I know, because I felt it burn my own skin. If you're not living your life in service, you will never be serviced. I'm preaching to the choir. That was for me. If you don't live your life in service, how can you ever expect to be serviced? Wow. The energy shebang that moved through this vessel, when that came into my experience, tells me I'm going to take a pause. Ever active, I'm going to take a pause. I'm going to be right back. Don't leave. You can. Energy's coming through. Be a part of the energy. Achieve your goal. It's not about me, it's about you. Is it not? When has it ever not been about uno? You.
She turned to me and told me life was not too easy unless you can let go. I lay surprised at the simpleness of her soul. Wasting away in a sea of uncertainty. She had stayed with me for days. I needed love in so many different ways. And as I watched, she floated so I can let go. Reveal to me the beauty of your soul. I turned away, her light was so blinding, the energy of her love. She said goodbye and turned into a dove. As I watched, she floated through the room. And as I cried, she was there to dry them too. Hold me and don't let go. Hold me, never leave. Hold me and don't let go. Hold me, never leave. Never leave. She turned to me, told me life was not too easy unless you can let go. Reveal to me the beauty of your soul.
Welcome back to Center of Light. Tonight we are speaking about dreams. Ironically, you have to be awake to realize those very dreams. Do you not? For how else can you do it? Make a quick adjustment. You have to be awake to your dreams. Where do you want? You want to go to Cuba? You want to go be this pilot? You want to do this thing? You may say, I do. But in your yes, but, you make an ass out of yourself. No one wants to be but. My butt hurt you. Good. Now we understand each other. You might want to do this particular thing. Yes, but. When you're a butt, you make an ass out of yourself. Stop making an ass out of yourself. But now what? What are you going to do? You want to do something. You have to want to do that thing. You have to be that thing. You have to perfect that thing, to be amazing at that thing, to get the recognition. You might say, Keith, I'm not into it for fame or glory. Yes, you are. You want fame or glory. Fame or glory can also mean monetary stability. Fame. I want to be famous. I want to achieve and receive that which is mine, the abundance that I am due, for being such a good craftsman, for using power tools all of my life so I can reap the reward of my divine birth. My birthright. What do you want? I am living my what do I want? I am. Having a blast doing it. I've been doing it for years. And when you get there, you will realize you can't take it any further. But what you can do is take it deeper. I've been doing everything I want to do. But now I'm taking those things deeper. The road is ended. Oh my God, like I said a minute ago, now what? I can't go any further. I literally can't go any further. I can only go deeper. Start walking forward to get to where you can no longer go any further. And when you get there, automatically, without even thinking about it, you will go deeper. Or if you don't do what I'm suggesting, you will go deeper into the bullshit. Either way, you're still walking forward. It depends on what you are walking inward, upward, forward, and towards. Where are you going? This is your journey. And it requires you to not care what other people think. You cannot skirt around that. You have to become the black sheep, where things are actually not so bad. Actually, they're quite good, because gazillions of people are waiting on that shore for your arrival so they can celebrate and applaud your bravery, because it does require courage. Your own self-courage. Do you dare champion, tackle, negotiate the mountain to reach the fountain of youth that you've so been starving and wanting a thirst to drink from? If you need to move out of town, get a divorce, do this, that, or the other, you have to want it beyond anything you've ever wanted in your life. And I don't mean wanting out of, I'm wanting this thing because I'm living in lack. I'm talking about the fire, the drive, the desire, and the inspiring stuff that happens to you to say, there's nothing else. You can never expect a B flat note on a guitar to sound like a B. You have to be a B note to ever stroke your instrument to give you a B. If not, you will always be flat, short, shy of your destination. What's up, Robert Norman Scribble? It's good to see you, brother. Blessing to you and yours. Hello, Dawn. Renee Hare, what's up, girl? It's good to see you. Hope things are well with you. What do you want? I'm going to ask you that again, but don't answer. What do you want? Sit in the empty space. What do I want? Ask yourself, what do I want? And sit in the empty space with the question, what do I want? Now I'm going to ask you again, and I want you to invoke this question. What do you want? And you say to yourself, whatever it is, I'm willing to do whatever, without exception, it takes. Until you make that sort of shift, you will be struggling. I am willing, me, the real me, this guy, this girl, and I am the most powerful name in the universe. It's God's name, I am. When I am willing, I'm willing. I'm using my will to move forward, to have this thing, to be this thing, to play with this experience because it brings me joy. I am willing to do whatever it takes. If your mind says, well, I'm not so sure, the door just shut on you. Doesn't mean you have to do something stupid or irresponsible. But if that is the summit of your mountain, to do whatever it takes, I don't know the answer to whatever it takes. God, only your relationship with yourself knows that. What is your fear? Is it simply a fear, or is it something that is just saying don't do such stupid things? Only you know that. The point is, even in doing such stupid things, the question becomes, what are you willing to do to be the full you that you already are? That's it. There is nothing else. I say that all the time, there is nothing else, because there is nothing else. There are many paths to the path. Many paths to the path, the one path. And that one path looks like you, and it lies right here. Because this doesn't look like you. That's not what you are. This is what you are. And we're all trying to get there to come back to where we are. So why do we have to go through the journey? Just simply be where you are. Don't be flat, be. It's easy. If you try too hard, you're missing it. So tell yourself, this seems like effort. Then stop it. God is not in effort. Does God effort at all? So don't go into effort at all. You simply see achieving as doing, somehow set apart and alone from being. This is incorrect perception in its full garb. You must peel off the clothing in the very beginning to understand ever what it is to be one who will soon be winning anything. Just do it. What else do you have? You have nothing else, and there is nothing else. You have been just doing it all along, most often unconsciously. So now do what you want consciously. Because in the unconscious fashion, you always get the backlash. Basically, your ass whipping. Hurts, doesn't it? As you self-induce all these ideas, as was said earlier, of non-deserving. And here is your utterance, but. It's called practicality. So in your practicality, it's disguising your butt. It's your clothing that disguises your butt. No one wants to show their ass. Do you see? Be free, glee, thee, which is you. Leave town if you need, if you must. Kick off the dust and the rust. Trust that it is your divine birthright and it belongs to you. Not only does it belong to you, it is who you are. Why are you denying that if you are? Rock star. Why do you live so far away from yourself? Bring yourself back. You've been missing you. You've been overlooking your true self. And in so doing, it will always cause you tough, rough, and gruff, and suffering needlessly. Get on that plane tomorrow. But, exactly. Get on that plane tomorrow, just do it. If you have loose ends that you must tie up, do it. And do it now. Get on that plane tomorrow. Get in that car tomorrow. Go do that thing tomorrow. Go buy that thing tomorrow. But be you, full out, right here, right now. there is nothing else. It's the same lesson. It's the same truth. It's the same principle over and over and over again. As above, so below, on forever it will go. It belongs to you. Do you not know this? Do you want to live in bliss? Don't answer. Do you want to live in bliss? Sit with it. Understand the definition of bliss. Look it up first and foremost before you answer. Do you want to live in bliss? Look it up. Webster's on the internet. Then you fall into the inner net. And I promise you, and I swear you can bet on this idea, and you will win every time. When you understand the definition, you will understand the infinition of that which it is. Therefore, you can initiate, integrate, and graduate into the beautiful possibility that you deserve, which is your divine birthright, which is exactly why you are here. Do not deny yourself of this truth. Make yourself aloof, because another 26,000-ish, give or take, years is going to come by, and you will miss this window of opportunity. In fact, don't do what you love. Be what you love. Be what you love every moment, every second, except nothing else. Because there is nothing else except that. You are loved beyond measure.